I want to start with your TikTok dance.
Oh my!
I heard about this TikTok dance. You have to tell me about this TikTok dance.
It was so bad.
Yeah.
But it was a requirement of the audition, and so at my point in life, it's hard to find music that I can always relate to.
Mm-hmm.
But I found I think it was a Jessica Simpson dance online, and I practiced,
I love it.
and it was still
How long did you practice?
probably a couple hours.
Fantastic.
It was one of my first auditions ever,
Commitment.
and it was so funny when I sent it to my 28-year-old son.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "I have to post this. This is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life."
I love it.
So, but I think what it provided to the casting people was, my openness to try new things.
Exactly.
And to be, what they were trying to envision, which was, I think, a crazy old guy trying to do a TikTok dance. So it worked out very well for me in that I got the part.
Mm-hmm.
And then the most intimidating piece of that whole story is I show up at the rehearsal to learn what the dance is that we'll actually be doing, because it's not the silly TikTok dance. And there were men in their 20s doing splits as a warm-up.
Yeah.
And,
You don't have a good split. You're just one side.
My first thought is, this has to be the wrong room.
Okay.
And then I saw the casting director, and I said, really, I'm not sure if this is right for me. And she said, "Don't worry, you're the old guy in the back. You'll be just fine. Just do what everyone else does."
Before you even have the audition, you're getting yourself out of the job. I love it.
Well, I think I had the job at that point.
Yeah.
That was actually the practice for the next day.
Yeah.
And it was, and that was a lot of work too, where both the time spent together with the crew, but practicing at home.
I think it's amazing that you tackled something new and used a new technology to do it, because that's one of the hardest things for actors that come from, let's say, I call it the golden years, right?
Yeah.
We reached the end of this golden era where everything was in person and you had a headshot that you handed someone, and there were no self-tapes. And the pandemic, it was already coming to an end, but it really ended that.
Right.
Like, when I have to explain to people that have been out of the business for 5, 8, 10 years, they're like, "Well, Dustin, I've been acting longer than you've been alive, and I am an actor, and I studied at American Academy of Dramatic Arts, and I've done this." And I go, "Do you know how to record on your phone?" And they're like, "Why would I need to do that? I'm an actor. People will want to have me show up and just record me." And I have to explain to them, first of all, I have to bring them back down to reality. I'm like, you're part of a generation that was very fortunate. You guys had casting directors all the time. You had somebody willing to wait on you to see you audition.
Yeah.
You might have been one of 300. Now you're one of 3,000. And everybody's self-taping, and they're submitting it, and they know how to use casting networks, and they know how to use all this technology. And it's like they have this meltdown, and they kind of hear me, and then they say to me, "Yeah, but I'm different. I'm the exception. They'll make an exception for me." And I have to explain to them, no, that's what it is now. And so it's awesome to see, you embody that, go for it, and book a job with it.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. You have to give yourself big props. There's so many people that just, they don't have that right perspective.
In some ways, it's a more level playing field too. I mean, so someone
Absolutely
who starts in their golden years might, have as much opportunity as someone who's been doing it for a long time.
Yeah, because you don't know the old rules.
Right.
And you just accept what is.
Yeah.
And but you have an interesting background. I want to hear a little bit about where you come from.
Yeah, I mean, so I'll say I've been a business creative as opposed to a creative.
Right. That's creative.
So my father is a professor of classical Chinese literature. And after my junior year of college, I went to Taiwan
Mhm.
um, because I was feeling lost in college,
Yeah.
to be honest. And economics is, it's a make-believe science. They like to sell it as a science, but
Yeah.
it's totally make-believe. And so I was bartending and learning Chinese in Taiwan, and I met the owner of a ski wear company, and his first question was, "What the heck are you doing bartending in Taiwan?"
Yeah.
And one thing led to another, and I started work in the apparel and accessories business for 20 years.
That's amazing. What a cool story.
And I couldn't sew. I mean, like, I'd done the home ec single seam in
Yeah.
6th grade or
Yeah,
whatever
yeah,
grade it was.
yeah.
And other than that, I really knew nothing about how to make something. And that's really where I fell in love with, building, creating, making things.
Mhm.
Um, it's a lot nicer when other people make them for you. You can just instruct them. But I mean, still,
Yeah.
there's something to be felt when you see somebody wearing a jacket that you know you were involved in.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. How did that lead you to this?
Well, so I've built different things in different industries,
Yeah.
and I came to a place where I was finishing up an entrepreneurial approach that didn't work. I
Okay.
raised a little bit of money, but I couldn't raise the $100 million,
Right.
which,
I
you
love
know,
it though that you come in and said it didn't work.
yeah.
It's really like I've had so many failures in my life.
Well,
I mean, I feel like life is like a list of failures.
I,
occasionally,
and,
occasionally have a win.
or
Right?
learning opportunities, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the failure it was poignant to me because I was trying to build a company that took plastics and reformulated them back into oil that
Wow,
you could use. So it was really cutting edge stuff.
that's cool. Yeah,
Some stuff too cutting edge for where
too
we
far
are,
ahead.
a little bit far ahead.
Yeah,
But raising money is a lot like acting in that you have to play personas depending on who you're talking
of
to,
course.
why they're going to give you money,
Right,
what their expectations are, etc.
right.
And that winded down after 3 years. Then my partner passed away, who was older, had a couple cancers, and at that point, I decided, I had enough of the business life.
Yeah.
And my wife is a wardrobe stylist in Phoenix, and she's been
Love it.
doing it the last decade. And so she challenged me to, connect with Ruth and get out there in a new challenge, a new
I
era.
like it.
And I have time. That's the great thing.
Yeah.
Last week she said to me, "Every day's a Saturday for you." At first it stung a little
Yeah,
bit,
yeah.
but then it was like, yeah, every day is a Saturday.
Are you a golfer?
I'm not. I'm not a golfer at all.
I'm not either. I always ask that. People always ask me, and I live up here at the edge of town, and there's a lot of golf courses,
Yeah.
and people golf a lot, and they're like, "Do you even putt?" And I'm like, "No, I don't."
I mean, I've done auditions for golf. I haven't gotten any, but I swim
Yeah,
and try to exercise and walk and hike.
that's amazing.
I mean, this place,
Yeah, you can hike.
Phoenix, is just,
Perfect.
we're so blessed with natural beauty. If you slow down,
Mhm.
it's,
Stunning.
yeah.
The sunsets here are my favorite of any place, and I've traveled quite a bit. I've ever been.
Yeah.
I always come home, and there's something about the North Desert sunsets out here that just it's beautiful. I think it kills California, and people always talk about the California beaches, but there's just something about an Arizona sunset.
Yeah. It's stunning. So,
Here you are.
yeah, I mean, and I think so my kids were both in musical theater,
Okay.
and one actually went to college for musical theater. So we knew Ruth from those days.
Right.
Kate had done some work with the Leighton Agency,
Yeah.
and um, Ruth was kind enough to consider my Buffalo Wings audition, and one thing led to another, and it's been really, for me, it's been rewarding in that, you get the non-call rejections,
Hmm.
but you get opportunities to do things
Yeah.
and
New experiences.
and the teams are great.
Yeah.
And it's or the crews and the people that you're doing talent with,
Hmm.
you can learn from every time if you
Yeah.
want to. And that's really been rewarding.
Well, that's what I love to hear because, we're a family business. We want to build family. We love feel good vibes. And I feel like historically, the entertainment industry, we get a lot of people that move here from New York, Los Angeles, larger markets,
Right.
and they're beat up and they're like, I can't do it anymore. I think I just want to occasionally have an audition. And all of a sudden, they're working more than they worked
Yeah.
in a major market. And they're like, how come? And I'm like, because you're happy. You're not struggling. You're not around people that are making you feel less than
Right.
because this industry is really difficult that way. And that's one of the reasons I created the podcast so that people know who we are and how we approach things. And the best part of Leighton Agency is our talent, people like you. And so, I appreciate hearing your story and seeing how you're tackling a new chapter in your life.
Yeah.
And that's what this is all about for us.
Well,
And
thank you for coming in and doing this on the weekend.
oh,
It's
we
you
love
know,
it.
it's part of the whole building process.
Yeah.
And um, it's unique, at least in what little I know that's out there. I mean,
Yeah.
it's different when you're on shoots too with Leighton dominant crews, talent crews versus a mix of different entities.
Yeah.
It's a more collaborative environment, even in the talent space, at least in my experience, and it's really been. That's the other thing. It's been fun.
That's what we love to hear. Fun and learning and growing.
Yeah, and it's a lot of it's about attitude too, because it's a lot of hurry up and wait, which the kids I've learned. That's one nice thing. I'm sure when I was younger, I would have been similar.
Right.
In, why do we have to sit here for an hour and a half?
Mm-hmm.
But
That's-
I'm just tickled to be there, and just like our interaction here, when the time comes, get ready and have fun and be energetic. That's been rewarding.
Well, we appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.